What up, squad? Right back with an update on what's going on with the Redeye. Ah, it's been a tough one for me. It's been really tough. So as of right now, my last video, I told you guys that the Dodge company, SRT brand, Stellantis, whatever name they want to go by, right? They got so many branches that I've discovered over the last few weeks. But they are holding firm. They are not wanting to repair my car. And this is where it gets a little tricky for me, right? Because now we're taking a deep dive into the warranty, right? Because there's gray areas, right, on what you can and cannot do. And lately, I've just been getting a bunch of runaround to the point where ultimately, I think it's really, the main cause is them really rejecting the warranty because of a video of a donut, right? And we all know, Dodge promotes the hell out of that, right? And for all of my people in the community that's been like, rooting for me, trying to make sure that they're providing me some information that's helpful. I really want to take this time to thank y'all. You all have been really great. But now I think it's time to, to take it to another level. But before I do that, I want to explain exactly what in the world is going on. So I reached back out to the dealership. Unfortunately, it took about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks before I even got an update as to whether the SRT brand is going to send out a specialist to look at the car. Well, I've called, I've texted, and I really haven't gotten a lot of information back. So I had to make a pop-up visit to the dealership. So I make a pop-up visit to the dealership. I'm sitting there waiting about 40, 50 minutes, whatever it is, what it is. And I speak with the service manager, and he immediately tells me, like, hey, SRT is rejecting to send out a tech to come look at your car for further review. And I said, well, why is that? And he said, I just don't know. They're rejecting it. And I'm like, hey, listen, let's go ahead and jump on a call with them. Let's see what we can do. We got to get this figured out some way, somehow. So we jump on a call, and, I'm talking with one of the case managers. And, this guy dumps his whole resume on me. I've been working for this company for 20-something years. I knows the ins and outs. And I'm like, sir, thank you. I agree that you are very knowledgeable, but sometimes the most knowledgeable person isn't the most helpful person, because you're trying to enforce what you believe to be true versus listening to the customer and helping the customer. So I'm going back and forth with this guy for a little while, and it got to a point where he just started over talking me, so I asked him to get me a manager. And while he was working on that manager, he was telling me that, hey, we have technical data that shows that your car cannot be covered under warranty because of XYZ. So me right away, I'm like, yo, so what the heck is this XYZ? Like, what is this information, this technical data that you got that's automatically allowing you to refuse or reject the warranty? He's like, oh, that's proprietary information. I can't release that to you. I said, I'm the vehicle owner. I'm in contract with you guys via warranty. You telling me that we can't have a conversation about why that my warranty got rejected? So I asked him, I was like, hey, is it this video? If it's this video, I would love to see it. Show me the video that where you guys really want this thing to be rejected. So he's like, hey, I want to stop you in your tracks right there. This was rejected for technical reasons, not because of a video. I said, God, like, you're lying to me. The last two people I spoke to told me that it was rejected because of a donut video. Like, what are we doing here? Now you guys are all over the place, so I'm getting a runaround on this call, guys, right? And it gets interesting. So while he's looking for a manager, I guess he, did what he did to get a manager on the phone. So I started to ask him, I said, so you're telling me that I bought a car, it's damaged, I damaged the car somehow, and you guys have technical data or proof that I abused the car. So can you please tell me what it is? And he's like, oh, it's proprietary. I can't. But if the dealership wants to tell you, they can tell you what it is. So I'm on the phone I have him on speaker, and the dealership service manager is in front of me. I'm like, what data do you guys have the technical data that you provided them that explains what's going on with the car. And the dealership manager was like, hey, listen, the only thing we sent them was pictures of the damage and an invoice. We didn't send them anything more than that. I said, wow. So then I asked the guys, like, so what's this technical data? Oh, yeah, we have information from the computer. What computer? Because, in fact, if you do pull up the technical data from the computer, you would see that my car was actually in midst of being, in performance mode when the check engine light came on. So you would actually see this data, which will then prove my case as far as, the launch control is what damaged the car. So, whatever, that goes on. We're going back and forth. So now he's fighting me. You would think this is his company. He put Dodge on his back. This is his company, and, he's going to do whatever it is he needs to do to make sure that I understand from his perspective, but he's not listening to me. So, whatever, we push past that. And I'm like, dude, just get me a manager, man. You're not helpful right now. He's like, well, the manager's going to say the same thing. I don't care what the manager's going to say. Give me an opportunity to talk to the manager. So, he puts me on hold for about 20 minutes. And while I'm on hold with him, about 20 minutes, I start talking to the service manager at the dealership. Which, by all means, in any way, shape, or form, the service manager has been very helpful. I feel like he's really been trying to do his best to help me out here. And really just I think it's to a point where his hands may or may not be tied. I really don't know the ins and outs. But from a customer interaction, I don't think he's being like an a-hole, because he could have tried to shoo me off, whatever. He's been really trying to work with me for what I believe to be true. Obviously there's backdoor conversations where it may not be the case. But from what I can tell, it is what it is. He's not the one that made that decision. So fast forward a little forward, the manager gets on the phone. And right away, the manager's like, hey, is this Rod? I'm like, yes. Well, here's what's going on with this case. The case has been rejected because of abuse. So here we go with this word abuse again. So I'm like, what is abuse? Can you explain to me how I abused my car? He was like, well, yeah, there's some technical data out there that proves that you were, using the performance mode in the car that's exceedingly aggressive and abusive. And I'm like, this is the first time I've heard that one. So what is this? So he gets to talking, and I'm like, all right, hold on, break down this excessive abuse, because quite frankly, I'm really, really, really not sure what you mean about that. So he goes on to say, it's so funny because I'm getting irritated right now and I'm really trying not to. So he's like, hey, whenever a person's doing a burnout or a donut or any of these other things, that's considered abuse. I said, wait a minute. Are you telling me that someone doing a donut in their car or a burnout in their car is abuse? I said, dude, this car comes with these functions. So please interpret the use of these performance features. We have a 797 horsepower car. We don't have, no disrespect, we don't have a V6. If this happened in a V6, yes, I get it. We're talking about a car with a lot of power. Remember, the fastest sedan, right? So this is what you guys promote. One of the fastest sedans in the world. Whatever. It is what it is. So we go ahead. And, he's going back and forth with me, man. Back and forth and back and forth. And, I'm just like, all right, let's just stop here. Let's just stop here. And let's get down to the nitty gritty. Because now you're giving me this corporate bullshit. And I really just don't care about it. So I'm like, explain to me how I misused the performance in this car. He's like, well, when you exceed a certain level of performance. What's a certain level of performance? Now, guys, I'm going to stop this video for 2 seconds. Please leave in the comments right now what your interpretation is. The overuse, the exceeding use of performance. Performance is performance. I have a performance car that's supposed to do performance things. I have a launch mode in the car that is performance. So I'm asking a guy, hey, how am I overly using the performance mode? Well, it just says that, that you can't use. I said, where does it say that at? I have the warranty. Guys, hold on. Here's the warranty. Take a look at this warranty. All right, so here we are. This is what's not covered. Right here. Modifications are not covered. My car is stock. I'm going to scroll down here. Environmental factors are not covered. So this means like tree sap, anything that's like from the environment. Bad storms, hail, rain, floods, not covered. We also have here modifications that will void your warranty. Well, my car isn't modded, so this doesn't apply to me. Maintenance costs not covered. These things right here, obviously my maintenance is up to date. Incidental consequential damage is not recovered, or not covered, sorry. Examples of such damages include loss of time. That's not me. I don't fall in that category. I don't fall in that category in the event of this. Corrosion, I don't fall in that category. Let's keep scrolling down. When powertrain limited warranty does not apply, you're not covered. If you are a second owner or transfer coverage was not made. If you are the third, I'm the first owner. Other exclusions, abuse or negligence, right here. But they can't tell me what that is, right? Misuse, for example, driving over curbs or overloading. Tampering with emissions, not doing that. Use of parts, not that. Windshield, none of that, none of that. Total loss, I don't have any of that as well. And then we have the restricted warranty here, where my warranty is currently restricted for the drivetrain because of this issue. That's just that. And I really don't see here where it says using performance features in the car will void your warranty. I don't see here where it says, and I'm just scrolling up and down, I don't see here where it also states that, you need to go ahead and you can't use a certain threshold of a performance. This right here is such a great area, and this is up to interpretation, and this is up to the dealership. Once the dealership flags it as this, then you're going to have a fight in your hands. And this is what my car was flagged as, because they said they seen a video of me doing a donut. So again, I need to see that video. If they can't prove that it's been abuse of negligence or any sort of negligence, then they need to go ahead and lift this restriction and fix my car. But I just wanted to show y'all this so you guys can understand where I'm coming from and how these things work. So now that you've seen the warranty with me, can you guys show me in this warranty where it says that you cannot exceed a certain threshold of performance when using these cars? Can you please tell me that? I don't see it in the warranty, so I brought this up to him, and I'm like, I'm very familiar with your warranty. I've looked at the docs, and it says nothing about this. So can you please elaborate more? Now the guy's getting irritated. He's like, hey, I just explained it to him. I said, you explain what you want me to hear, but you're not explaining the warranty. You're not explaining how this fits inside of this warranty. Well, when you get into this warranty, you get into a contractual agreement with us. Correct. So if I'm in a contractual agreement with you, why are you not telling me the information? So I'm like, what is this proprietary information that you are withholding from me? Like, what do I have to do to get this information? All right, well, this is what I do know, that, if you're doing donuts and burnouts and stuff like that, that's performance, and that's exceeding performance. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I used line lock when I got the car. And I know a lot of you are going to sit here and say, hey, you can't use line lock, until you break the 500-mile mark. Well, that wasn't the case for my car. It was unlocked almost immediately. So I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to wait the 500 miles. But I did that. Everyone knows that. The dealership knows that. It's not a big deal. I've taken my car to the dealership to have other things replaced on it. since I've had the car. But now, all of a sudden today, that's an issue. So anyway, I'm like, explain to me where that there's a clause in the warranty that says that I can't use the line lock or launch feature in the car that supposedly broke the car. Can you please explain that to me? It's like, oh, well, yeah, just, it's in there and it's up to our determination. So this is what it is. Your case has been rejected because of abuse. I said, so you guys have yet to tell me what this abuse is. You're telling me what you think abuse is, but you're not identifying, like, you have to prove that a car was being abused, like, continually. Like, show me repeated offenses where it was abused, and then I'll agree with you. I'm very understanding, and I will agree. But in this case, they cannot do so. But check this out. This is how Dodge sells their units. And I asked him, I said, hey, you've been with the company for 30 years, right? How long has Dodge been promoting units? He's like, they've been promoting units for a while. Great. What kind of advertisement are they using to promote these units? Oh, well, he goes, I don't think I understand what you're asking me. No, you know exactly what I'm asking you. You don't want to answer that question because it's a gray area. He's like, so, hey, Mr. Rod, if you want me to say that, these cars are made for this, then I'm just not going to say that. I'm not asking you to say anything. I want you to answer my question. My question to you was, how does Dodge promote these cars and how do they move units? What is the number one attractive thing that Dodge is promoting that the use of these cars are for to move units? So, we're going back and forth, whatever. He does not want to answer that question. He does not. Now he acts like he doesn't know what the marketing team does. He goes, hey, I don't know what the marketing team does. That's up to them. All I do is I work over here with these cars. I said, dude, you work for the company. If you've been there this long, you know everything about the companies. Quit the BS. So he doesn't want to answer that question. So whatever. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with him. So I asked him, I was like, all right, so what's next? Can I get a tech to come out? He's like, hey, the case is closed. It's been rejected. And we cannot get a case. We cannot get a tech to come out there and look at this. So I'm like, so what are the next steps? Well, there are no next steps. This is just what it is. So I'm like, got you. Okay, cool. There's no need to talk to you further. I think there are more steps that I need to take that I can possibly venture into, and I'll be in touch with you guys soon. So he hangs up, and I start talking to the service manager. And sorry, guys, I'm long-winded. I'm frustrated. I just want the car back so I can, begin to, getting this great content out to you guys. But I got some other content on the way that's a little bit on the comedy side, so you guys are going to really enjoy that. But while we're in the middle of this, please, man, like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bells up, man. Show your boy some love, man. Redeye Rod, show me some love, and I'll return the favor. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up about the car buying process. I ain't forget about you. But back to the story at hand. So the service manager's like, hey, dude, I don't know what to do. My hands are tied. They're the one that make the final decision, and that's just that. So me and him talked up a little bit. I'm not going to get into what we spoke about. Like I said, I believe this guy is a good guy. I think that, his hands may or may not have been tied. From what he's been showing me, it feels like he's attempted to help. He's attempted to reach out and all of these great things, and then, he's just, fell flat, right? The bottom of the bag fell out. There's nothing he can do. But check out these videos. I'm going to show you a couple videos of what Dodge uses as promotion to get you guys into these cars. Now, you guys tell me this, right? You tell me this. Now that you've seen that, how in the world can you promote that and then that be the cause of you voiding your warranty? This is what you're promoting. This is what this is what people are wanting to buy these cars for. That's like a kid looking at a toy. It's an easy bake oven. It bakes things. If you're showing that it can bake a turkey, a kid's gonna try to bake a turkey in there. But then you can't come back with the warranty saying, hey, you exceedingly put too many pieces or too big of a turkey inside of the easy bake oven. It's the same thing. And I think here I got a little situation where they just don't want to do it. And I get it. I got a buddy that's fighting to get a damn axle replaced. Not an axle, a strut replaced. It's $400. They don't want to repair these things. So yeah, man, go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe, notification bell on. We about to really get into the nitty gritty. This series is not over. It's really going to get interesting. But I do want to pause. And I want to address, the people who are not in favor of me and my situation. I don't know if you guys know, but someone made a fake page. And they took it upon themselves to try to expose me. And their caption was, hey, we need to get these kind of people off of the streets. They're ruining the brand. Well, first of all, that's my car. I bought that car. That car belongs to me. Second of all, I'm not ruining anybody's brand. Just as much as you do what you want to do, I do what I want to do. I typically don't enter this side of conversations with people. But that's like me saying, hey, you're fat. You're ruining human society. You're not taking care of yourself. That's not me. Like, why do people feel the need to always interject what they think is right or wrong? Or that's like me saying, hey, you're too skinny. You need to eat more. Hey, you smell. You should wash more. Hey, you don't look like this person, or you don't look this way. You should get surgery. What is the difference? Why are people so consumed with what other people are doing instead of focusing on yourself? And I think that's what's really wrong with a lot of people. This is a rant right here at the end of this video, but because I'm sure they're watching my YouTube video. And if it is you, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and self-reflect and help me understand how you creating that weird page helped you at the end of the day. Because regardless of my outcome, I'll still be in that car fixed. It will be fixed, and I'll still be doing what I do most, and that's me enjoying the car. But you, on the other hand, I'm not even sure you might even have one. And if you do, you do what you're supposed to do with it. But ruining a brand? Come on, dude. I'm not stealing these cars. I'm not breaking into people's cars. I'm not running people over. To me, that's ruining the brand. But because you feel otherwise, you want to, create pages and try to come at me any kind of way. Well, hey, man, I wish you the best of luck. Keep doing what you're doing. Hope God forgives you for whatever it is that you do day to day. Because if you took time out to make a fake page, you took time out to go back 9 months to attempt to find a burnout video that was at a dealership. You took time out to do some extensive research. God bless you. Shout out to all the haters, man, because we all got them. I'm seeing it more and more. I think a lot of people don't want to see me with this car, but it's fine. It'll be back up running, man. Y'all know what to do, man. It's Redeye Ride. I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bells on. And to all my haters, I love you too. Peace out.